Hello! So we're bass players, and as bass players, we have the difficulty of knowing where the notes are, and lots of bass players don't know where the notes are. So, number one is know where some of the notes are. And then the notes that are the 1, 4, 5, so professional, of the keys that we're playing. So here's my neck. So we've got B's, blues in C, and in A, and in B flat. Let's start with A. So you know that the second fattest string is the A string. So that'll tell you where A is. And if it's a blues in A is the 1. So you can do that. You also know that at the 5th fret of the string, one lower, one fatter than the open string, is the same note as that. So A is open here on the A string, and it's also A is closed here on the 5th fret of the E string. So that's the 1 of the A blues. And then you want to get the 4 chord, so that's D. And you know that there's an open D there, so that'll work great. And then you also want to get the 5 chord. So that's E, but you also know that you have an open E here. So you should be able to play a blues in A with no left hand whatsoever. Great, we're off and running. So C jam blues is a blues in C. So the notes you need to know are C, the 1, F, the 4, and G, the 5. So to get a nice low C, you can go to the 3rd fret of the A string. There's your C chord. To get an F, I recommend songs move in fourths. And our instrument is tuned in fourths. So even if you can't remember that F is the 4th of C, if you're playing C and you know you want to go up a 4th, you go to the same fret, but 1 string up. And I'm confusingly pointing down when I mean up. We mean up in terms of pitch, which is down in terms of their relation between the ceiling and the floor. And then anytime we want to go to the 5th of anything, we go 1 string up and 2 frets over. That's always going to be the 5th. So if C is the 1, G, or the 5th will be there. And even if I don't know it's G. But because I do know it's G, I know that I have an open G string, so I could play the G over there. So those are the 3 notes you really know for C jam blues. So here's C jam blues. Sounds like 12 measures to me. Cool. So now we're going to go to the hard one, which is 1 for Daddy-O. And that is a blues in B flat. Now, you know that that's A, so B flat must be exactly 1 fret up from that, and it is. But I've been encouraging you, and there's some good reasons for this. One is so you don't have to strain your arm so much, to go ahead and play B flat on the 6th fret. So there's your B flat, and so you know it's going to go to the 1 chord, and you know that that's the 1 chord. You know it's going to go to the 4 chord, and the 4 chord is always same fret, but up 1 string. So if that is the 1, that's got to be the 4. And it is. There's E flat, and that's the 4 chord. Now, I saved this for last because it's the most complicated. Because instead it has a 2-5 turnaround. That means in measure 9, you're going to play the 2 chord, and in measure 10, you're going to play the 5 chord. That's different turnaround than you would in the other two blueses. But it's not hard because the 2 is always 2 frets up from the 1. So if B flat is the 1 and it's right here, you just have to go whoop, whoop, and there's the 2 chord. Even if you didn't know that the 2 chord of B flat is C, you know that wherever you start on the 1, you can just go same string, 2 frets up. And there's my 2 chord. And we remember that to get to the 5 chord, you go up 1 string and over 2 frets to get to the 5. And there it is. It's F, that's the 5 of B flat. Now there are lots of places on the neck to play besides this one. You could play it down here. You could play it even up here. But I feel like the 6th and 8th frets are the best place to play One for Daddy-O. So here's One for Daddy-O. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Up to the 4. Down to the 1. 2. 5. 1. So I would make sure that you have those so that the notes are not a problem. I would memorize those series of notes and try to even play it along with me as I've done it here. And memorize also where those notes are so that if anyone says, hey, play a B flat, you don't have to think about it. You don't even have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frets. You're just like there. And you know what it feels like to go. One of my teachers, well, he wrote a book, so is he a teacher? I don't know. Said that one of the ways he practices is he plays each note on his piano 100 times. I wouldn't do that, but you might just be like, all right, there's a B flat, 2. There's another B flat, 3. There's another B flat. After you did that 10 times, I think you'd remember where B flat was. And then if you just remember how to get from 1 to 4 and 1 to 5, you're gonna be on your way to so many songs. Sorry for the long video. I hope that helps. Thanks.